Hey everyone, and welcome to the stream today. Just gonna be chilling to some Hogwarts Legacy here. So nothing too major. Nothing too major. Just gonna be chilling here to some Hogwarts Legacy. So feel free to hang out. 100% at this already, so I'm just sort of kind of playing this on my Slytherin, but we might switch to my my Ravenclaw and try to do like some potion crafting and like some various other things maybe. But yeah, let's just go ahead and play this a bit and just relax and enjoy the game. So we just finished getting all the house robes, all four. I really like Slytherin. I'm really liking the Slytherin house robes. So I'm hoping everybody is just loving the new YouTube UI. I'm hoping everybody's just loving it. I think I'm starting to understand.
I've no doubt.
Yeah, it's more from the viewer standpoint, I think. So if anybody's confused and you guys don't know how to do it, what you can do is in the top right corner, there's 3 dots on the new UI. If you tap that, that gives you like everything you need, the info and everything, and you can like it from there.
I've always said that travel broadens the mind.
Hey, no sleep, what's up? Thanks for stopping in. Oh, did it? Nice. sweet. Yeah, basically, they're trying to break everything that I have. And it's being looked into. So that's all I can say. They're trying to break like basically every piece of software I use. So the idea is just we have to let them do it. And I can't say what they're breaking live. I have to sit and send emails. That's why like if I might sporadically stop, I'm sending an email about something. No, it's every stream now. It's every single one now. That has no bearing. Like, basically, there were 3 people in here, and now there's not. Now it's just you. And that's the point. As soon as there were 3 people in here, they were basically making it look like the stream wasn't working for those people. That's what they were doing. So, anybody that comes in here... Oh, okay. There we go. There we go. So we're just gonna miss it here. Yeah, so that's one of the ones that's been contributing, and we're just sending emails now. But they're making it so that anybody that would come in, they would think the stream isn't working. Actually, I'm gonna go. Hold on. I'm gonna head back here.
Bonds of trust will be broken.
Oh well, though. Yeah, we're gonna work on some, I'm gonna do some crafting here. We'll do some crafting. Some of the stuff we have left to do anyway. There are some treasure vaults to do. Let's just get out here. And do a couple of treasure vaults and maybe work on some crafting and stuff. Look at this scenery here.
You've made a mistake. I'll check your pockets after you're dead.
If I wanted this little excitement, you'd have it coming up today.
Levioso, Defendo, Confringo.
Alright, let's go ahead and check, see where this one treasure vault is that was up here. It's gotta be around here somewhere. Oh yeah, it's up here. Should we fly or should we...
Time for a jaunt, I'd say.
Alright. On our way to the treasure vault. On our way. These kites.
See now. I wouldn't.
Not your best moment, I fear. An intruder! Is that the best you can do? No!
I will.
Here we go.
Oh yeah. Was there some benefit to moving this cart?
Accio!
I see. I mean, usually there is. Doesn't seem to be covering anything. All right, let's just get over there. Oh. Is this the one we couldn't... Oh no, remember? Because I think I figured it out eventually, right? Yeah, I did. So wait a minute, hold on.
Revelio.
Let's do that right away this time. Yeah, there's a little thing right there. So. Let's go this way. Yeah, there we go. So we'll just do this ahead of time.
Accio.
Cool. He's right there anyway.
Leviosa.
go over here, make sure we get everything.
Revelio.
Okay. Couple chests here. Awesome. I think that's it. Yep. That's all there is. That's cool. We got something. And that's usually all there is, you know, you get a chest or two. Yeah. Every once in a while you get a little bit more than that. Alright, we'll do one more, and we'll go do some potions. So, we're gonna cover an update. Well, we'll see. There's a pretty big update for a game today. So, we have to cover that at some point. Alright. Not this, though. Unfortunately, that's something I was gonna say is that I think if
Hey, for your information,
if
I received an owl from a
they want to sort of
What was coming? I don't know.
put some of these
Flourishing before you got.
Protego. Levio. Incendio.
these sort of bad rumors to run, they should have a few like active updates. They sort of, you know, just sort of plan. You know, like most are doing these days, where like you sort of, if you want it to stay relevant, you plan like, you know, like patch, like event updates and stuff like that, and you just sort of kind of add like little events throughout the game that people can do. So we're gonna have to grab this, bring it with us.
Accio.
Not sure where the plate is, but we'll have to find it.
Wingardium Leviosa.
It'll be up here. Just so we can load. Oh, wait, hold on. Yep, there we go. That's also a wig and weld. Usually a plate. Yeah, there we go. There's one. Then we gotta do this. Oh, apparently we didn't have to do that.
This could prove dangerous if I'm not careful.
Maybe I didn't do... Is this the one I couldn't do? Oh yeah, this is a dumb one. Does anybody know how to do this one? This is one I just have no... I have no idea.
Revelio.
There was a chair. I don't know where the chair is now. And it seems like, you know, like there's only ever one thing we can sort of interact with. So like, I remember like having one with like a chair.
Accio.
And I was like moving the chair around.
Accio. Wingardium Leviosa.
So this is new. Yeah, this isn't... I don't remember having this piece. Hold on. Let me look at something here.
Here. Guardian Leviosa.
So this is one of the last ones I have left to do for this reason, I think. There's really no indicator. You know what I mean? Like, normally there's like some sort of indicator as to what to do. I'm actually not really even sure what to do with it. Like, I'm not even really sure that this is what we're supposed to do. And obviously, I feel like I have to stand it up, too. So what, do I gotta flip it over and use my... Yeah, I mean, like, use my flip spell? So it's just, it's sort of kind of like, wait, what? What am I doing here? And it doesn't really do anything. Oh my god. So, I'm glad that, like, we didn't have to do these for achievements and stuff, because, like, it was just like, what the heck is this?
Revelio.
And when you come in and use Revelio, that is the only thing that gets highlighted. So some of these are just like, what? I remember with the chair, I tried also blocking the apparent like move. You know, like I tried like looking at the chessboard and seeing like, all right, well, is there a move here that would win it for one or the other? And I tried blocking the move with the other, like the other one had like a chair, and I tried doing that and that didn't really seem to do much either. Like there really isn't sort of just like a definitive answer as to what you're even really supposed to do with the object when you go in there, in my opinion. Alright. Let's go back. So when you complete the game, when you finish the story, you'll get like a really massive room requirement, and you'll be able to do all this stuff with it. So that was just my potion area. If I come down here, this is where my potting tables are. Chopping tables, potting tables. Same thing here. These are all filled up for when I, you know, like if I would need them. I just grab one and it would start right on the next. This is how you add stuff to your gear. Room's fully customizable too. Completely. Yeah, like swapping out walls, floors, ceilings, decorations, colors, like even the patterns. Like we're talking like the actual look of everything too. All right, so we can grab these.
You should be proud of all the potions you've brewed.
But these are automatic. So what we wanted to do is we wanted to actually like do some actual potion crafting here. So we'll go ahead and grab these. We have these ready to go. So we'll go grab these and then, you know, start on the next ones. Oh, my potions, my tool wheels are full. Well, we just use them. Yeah, just use them. That is a pretty cool effect. That one's taking up a lot. Yeah. How cool does that one look? Awesome. We can use a Maxima potion. They are useful. That's probably why I have the least amount of that, because they make your robes not glowy though. But yeah, obviously it's good for, you know, taking down enemies in one hit, basically. We got some potions brewing. That's all it takes. You just at the table and ingredients. See how we have ingredients there in the bottom right. It's that simple. Once you get your tables. Look at that red smoke. It's ready to go. It's ready there for you, and then you always have these random ones that you can do. Basically, these can do anything that you assign, I think. That's the idea. But it's just random. So I actually don't know that it is assigning it. Let me actually confirm that. Hold on. Yeah, I don't know that you do assign it. I think it's random. Let's just check that actually. So go ahead over here. Is it this one? A scientific little pot that will periodically brew a random potion. So there you go. So what's on this little list here? So there you go. We could get like a ton of potion tables going. We could just like fill this with potion tables. It would leave us no room to walk. Totally do it. I don't know, I think it looks good the way it is.
Marvelous improvements here.
I might flip this rug sideways and then like sort of just maximize the center of the room space. Yeah, that's what I'll do. Maybe I can put some more potion tables down there too. Just get a completely absurd amount of potions going. Should we do it? Let's see, we can put some potion tables over here. I think I can still do it. Let's see what we can do here. You guys want eclectic, botanical? Let's check the botanical. Yeah, this one looks pretty cool. Let's change the color. You guys want to go with here? See, I personally think red looks really good. Yeah, I'm gonna go with red. Oh, we've reached. Oh, I was literally looking at 7 on 7 on the top right there. Potion station budget. Well, that's unfortunate. Should just be able to have as many as you want. Just like infinite potion station tables. Alright, where you at? Okay, we gotta get everybody some attention here. The flattest face you'll ever see. Sleeping. Alright. Alright, I think we got them all. It's highway. It's highway. Alright, go. Look at him go. Her. Look at her go. That's funny. Okay, I think that's everybody. There's not too many in here. Let's go to the other one. We got the Phoenix. We got the Lord of the Shore. So they're in here because I'm breeding them. That's why we have the little one. Oh, we got the little one. We have a toy box here too that take a toy out and we'll start playing with it. There he is, Big Daddy himself. Yes. That's the spot. Me too? Like me too? My turn? Yeah. Oh.
Protego!
Whoops. Wrong button. Protego! Phoenix is like my turn? Yes. You two. You too. I like when they just roll around, it's funny. Just roll around. Okay, we're gonna take out a toy and then everyone will start playing with it. They just eyeing it up. They're eyeing it up. Look. They get crazy. It's because it's lumped. It's because it's in the corner. One. Gotta get it out of the corner. Yeah, I can't make it move. That's funny. Yeah, they would normally be running out, like running across all over the place, but it's just stuck in the corners, so just running into the corner. There we go. Get it out here. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. Now run around. Oh, now see, now they're bored with it. Look. That's funny. Yep, they're like, yep, I'm bored with it now. Oh, we got one still playing. And you got two still playing. Look, the pup's get. He's just rolling into it. He's legit just rolling straight into that thing. Man, they're going crazy over this thing. Even the Phoenix is getting involved. Oh, that's fantastic. Alright, did we get everybody? I think we did. Tired. Sleepy now. Yep, sleepy now. That's funny. Alright, I think there was still my my little swamp area. Yeah, I think we still have my swamp area. Yep. Swamp. I like how it says that. Swamp. I have this feeder here and they're not using it. There's my little hippogriff that we've read. Let's see. I'll feed you. I'm gonna feed you. I'm gonna feed you. Since you're not using the feeder. For some reason. Look, the one toad's just like crawling on top of it. Why? Yes, you too. And then each area that you get to that's like this, you want to explore it. Now, we already did. But if you didn't know that, basically as you start walking around, you start realizing that there's like actually like hidden chests and stuff. Now I already got the ones for my guy, so we wanted to 100% this. But you definitely want to look around these individual areas, like towards the back and stuff. There's chests and stuff, and a lot of this will be like your collections specifically for your room requirement. So if you're wondering why you're not getting some of that stuff, like why does he have all these, you know, like different things? It's because I walked around in these areas
Revelio.
and sort of just did that, and you start realizing, oh wow, there's actually a bunch of places you can go here. You can get up there and everything. There's actually an area over here too. Okay, so that's the edge of that. But I do know that, like, on this side somewhere, there's, like, a chest or something. Because obviously I've gotten mine already, so... sort of hard to see that, but... It's over here somewhere. So that's the edge there, but it's over here somewhere. There's... yeah, there we go. There you go. It's up here. So yeah, we have the light. There it is. Yo, 365, I see you. What's up? Hey man, what's up? Whoa. We forgot you. I can't forget you. Hey look, it's a giant purple toad. Guys, it's a giant purple toad right here. Just waking up. Man, I guess it's still pretty early for you. It is 1 p.m. for me. 1 p.m. Hogwarts Legacy. No, I'm just kidding. It's a good game though. Start attacking my own potions table. Use one of these potions. Where is it? Pretty great. Let's see here. So where do we want to go and what do we want to accomplish? We already did everything on this guy that we have to do. I guess there still are a few puzzle Oh, wow. Not puzzle. Treasure vaults. There's a bunch of treasure vaults over here. Let's go over here. Bunch over there. What the heck?
How nice to see you, my young friend.
Expelliarmus! Confringo! Lumos.
Aha. So this is a figure out the right sequence one. Should we just look it up? This could take a bit.
Revelio.
Yeah, it's just that. Oh, I forgot you could do that. Okay. Yep, they changed this so you can do that.
Accio.
So if you use Revelio... Forgot they changed that. Cool. Yeah. Either it was intended to always be that way, or you know they changed it because it wasn't that way for me in the beginning, and then one day it was just like that. Which is fine by me. Yeah, I mean that's the point of Revelio. So that makes sense.
Stop right there! Levioso! Make you stop!
What the heck?
Expelliarmus.
God,
The beasts are safe enough.
landing.
Aloha Mora. Revelio.
Another good thing about this game too is I don't think a lot of people realize just how massive the map is. You know, just everything's open world and you just go anywhere. And I mean, it is a pretty big map. I mean, you consider how large this area is. You know, we walk around here and you get all this. And you got all this. You got all this. You got all this. You got all this. Not to mention Hogwarts itself. And then the map chamber and... yeah. Huge game. Huge game. Let's see how long it takes to get there on foot. Didn't notice that before.
We're all very grateful for what you did.
Oh yeah, they'll be since you saved the world, they'll be you basically did. There'll be like all kinds of responses. You're the Harry Potter of your day.
Expelliarmus!
Levioso! Cowards!
Look,
Levioso!
if I'm being honest, in this game, your character is infinitely more powerful than Harry Potter became.
Accio! Confringo! Accio!
Sometimes you'll have foliage and stuff and you just gotta use fire. Confringo works great. It has to be fire. The slice one really won't work because it's a slicing spell. It's not really an igniting spell. Oh, it's another one. Yeah, I don't know how to do these. Does anybody know how to do these?
Revelio.
Oh wait. What's this? We have to do something with this.
Accio! Guardian Leviosa!
You'd think there would be like an indicator the closer we got or something.
Revelio. Accio. Guardian Leviosa.
And again, you're talking to the guy that's played through that's 100% of the game. Oh, all 4 house robes. Like, this is the sort of thing where it's like, what the heck is this? Like, this could be anything. You know, it could be somewhere in the room. I have to place it. Maybe I'm blocking a move on the chessboard. Maybe there's some sort of spell that I'm supposed to use specific to this on the chessboard. Like there could just be so many things. You know what I mean? Like, and it's just, you know what I mean? Like, I can just sit here and come up with like so many different things it could be, and there's just not enough information to complete the puzzle, unless, you know, I guess if you have a creative enough mind to figure out how they made this thing, you know. But like, I feel like that's conceptual thinking. I feel like now you have to think like the person that made this, instead of it's just like, oh, I'm gonna come in here and it's gonna be this thing that I put over here, you know. I don't know.
Accio. Guardian Leviosa.
Put it on the... I feel like I've done this before, and then when I got it to a certain point, it sort of did just kind of complete it automatically. That's what I'm saying. So like, I feel like there should be more of an indication. You know what I mean? Like, that's what happened when I was like, I think I did one of these one time, and that's what happened. Like, I got the whatever object it was to a certain point, and the puzzle was just like, bam, done. It like halted the thing. But it was like one time, and I don't really remember it. And I was like, oh, that's all I have to do? Okay. And so I just assumed it was all like that, but I just, like, I don't get... Maybe that's why I'm not getting this, because I'm assuming it's like that, and I'm trying to fight the urge of that now. Like, this is just ridiculous, man. And probably a bunch of these treasure vaults are like this, too, where there's just, like, kind of zero explanation as to how to complete them. Like, yeah, I get it, it's a chessboard, so block the thing. But, like, I feel like if I have to drop it and block the thing, and that's really what it is, it should have worked that one time a while back when I sat there and placed it on every single square on the thing just to try that. And it didn't do anything. So there goes that theory. Yeah, it's just, seems weird to me. This is an old Merlin trial.
Revelio.
I think. It looks like. They disappear, but at least behind the, at least, it does leave behind, yeah, there it is.
Very grateful for what you did.
So these are all, like, puzzles scattered throughout the game. And we had to do these, we had to do like all these different puzzles throughout the game. We had to do, there's math puzzles in the Hogwarts castle, all throughout the castle that let you in certain rooms. Those I thought were actually pretty fun. Merlin trials are fun. We had to do all those. So those took some figuring out. And,
Wonder who lives here.
those I didn't look up. I didn't look up any of those either. Like, So that's why, like, I sort of just expect to be able to figure it out. Like, I really didn't have to look anything up. For the most part. For the most part. Yeah, like, aside from, like, one or two things here and there. That's why, like... You know, like, I like 100%ing things because I like to figure them out. I don't like to just look things up. Sometimes, too, you have to realize that some of these guys where it's like... They made, like, there's, like, one video on how to complete something. You guys realize that sometimes that's a developer, right? Yeah, sometimes it actually is. There's, like, I'll be, like, one guide to complete something, and then, like, nobody else knows how to do it. And yeah, that's a developer. Sometimes. Not all the time, but sometimes. And I'm not saying it's necessarily with this game or anything like that, but I'm just saying, like, you know, that's just generally speaking. Yeah, you see that. You can just sort of assume, well, there might be a reason this one person knows the thing that nobody else, you know. Inside knowledge. So yeah, that's another chessboard. Let's just go see. Let's see what this one is. I'll look it up at some point. I'm sure there's just like something I'm not. Yeah, like a concept to that I have no idea. Is how we complete that. Because obviously, consider the fact that I really haven't we've come across several now where it's like, how the heck do we do this? And I've already said that I basically have placed the object in every square on the chessboard to try it. And that's not what we do. So there's just like something I'm missing about it. So, just like a piece of information you're supposed to just figure out. And it seems weird, but we'll look it up and maybe it'll be really straightforward and I'll be like, oh, okay, duh. Or something like that. Who knows? And this water though, right? The water in this game is some of the best I've seen. There's a block.
Revelio.
We have a plate. Now we need a block. Oh, I see a block. I see it. Let me go get this money bag first. Or not. I can't pick it up. Look. There's a little money bag there, but I can't pick it up. Maybe I have to get the block first. Yep. Can't pick it up. Physically can't pick it up. There's a little money bag there. Physically can't pick it up.
Wingardium Leviosa.
I can think of somebody else that would immediately start calling the game trash and freaking out. Yeah, I can think of somebody.
This looks intriguing.
What a shame, right? When people have to be like that. Like, here I am, like, we have this entire concept, we have 100% of the game, it's still not very straightforward. I'm still not doing that. I'm calling it awesome. Alright, so...
Revelio.
Oh, okay, it's just right here. That works. Nothing to it. Yeah, a lot of times there's just really nothing to it. You come down and there's just a chest. But yeah, once in a while you'll have like a little puzzle too. But it's really not supposed to be all that. It's really not supposed to be like something off about that, you know what I mean? Ay. I gotta clean. Something's bringing these flies in and they're just landing on my monitor. We gotta take care of this. I gotta clean. I gotta figure out how they're getting in. I gotta seal up the holes. We gotta seal up the holes. Let's just go back. Let's just go back to... Yeah, I think that's another one that was like a chessboard, maybe? I'm not 100%. Yeah. Hogwarts. Yeah, you gotta love just flying around in this game. Like, it's gonna, like, there's a lot of information here. Like, you're gonna run into spots where it's gonna, like, load briefly, but, you know what I mean? Like, expecting that to be, like, perfectly smooth every time. Yeah, you don't know what you're talking about if you expect that to be perfectly smooth every time. You know what I mean? Like, it's not, it's just never, you know what I mean? Like, it's gonna need to do that. So, yeah, for it to be this smooth, like, for the most part, like, it's not constantly doing it. You know what I mean? Like, this is good. Yeah, so like that's why I like the stammering and stuff, because we're flying around a gigantic castle with gigantic textures on it, that are being reflected in all directions and shadows in all directions, and it's loading. You know, we're going around the corner, it's loading this texture, this texture, this texture, it's loading all these trees, it's loading the water, it's loading these people walking around. It's loading the amazing sky. Like just the fact that it's actually doing all of this. And, you know, we're seamlessly flying around this castle. For the most part, seamlessly. For the most part. That's incredible. That they spent time doing that. You have to appreciate that. Like, that would have taken so long to get right. That's like hard work. And, you know, people really did not, in my opinion, give that enough credit. The fact that you can just fly around this castle so easily, and it really does load it quickly. It's fairly seamless. And the textures don't look ridiculous. Like once in a while you'll see something that doesn't load, but then it just goes blip and loads. Because I almost never see that. There's a lot of games where a random texture won't load, and then I have to really get close to it, and it goes and it pops back in. It's just really not the case with this thing. I'm looking at all these textures. I'm looking at the scenery. It just sort of does it. And consider how fast we're moving too at the same time. Then there's the speed too. It actually has to load it fast enough to keep up with how fast you're moving. That's insane. And that's why, like, when I start adding this, the boost, then it really does happen even just a little bit more. Well, that's why, because it has to keep up. The fact that it even can, the fact that I can sit here and do this, and, like, it's just keeping up, it's not going out of its limitations, it's not crashing, yeah, I mean, come on. That's a solid performance out of a game. All these windows are lit up. We get onto the water doesn't suddenly load out and load back in. Granted, that happens really close to, like, sometimes if, you know, like, NVIDIA needs to, like, update drivers or something, but... You know, like, that's the point, is... Sometimes that stuff, folks don't realize is actually just an NVIDIA issue, like, essentially, like, just drivers needing update and stuff. It's not really the game. Like, look at this. Oh, big deal. It loaded there. Oh, big deal. And it kept going, too. Yeah, look at this. Generally speaking, it's very smooth. Yeah, the fact that I can... Yeah, I mean, like, there's really no issue. I know where we want to go. This is what I've always said, is like, even if you're not a Harry Potter fan, like, it's not... And in my opinion, this is what caused a lot of people to realize that, you know, Harry Potter isn't exactly what people thought it was either. That, you know, thinking it's only for kids or whatever, or something like that. And it's like, it's just not true. And then also, you know, even if you're not a Harry Potter fan, it caused you to realize that the lore is pretty badass. You know, like, it's not what people thought it was. And that's the point, is you have to realize that at a certain point, people just... A lot of people with certain things throughout the years, you know, No Sleep, you and I made this too, this point recently, but... you know, I mean, like, that whole nature to just hate things just because it's, you know, all the girls like it or something like that, you know, like Twilight or Harry Potter or something like that. Well, it's like, who cares? So what? Doesn't mean it's not good. and that's just what I noticed, and this got hit with that hard when they were first coming out. But I think people were, that's the point, is they sort of said some stuff a long while ago, and people are remembering it, and it's they're kind of like, oh, you didn't like Harry Potter, you know, and now they're like, you know, they're trying to defend themselves, and it's just like, just admit you were wrong about it. Just admit you were wrong about it. It's awesome. That's all I gotta do. Like, who cares? I've been wrong about stuff. I've been wrong about a lot of stuff before, and I was glad that I was, because then I was like, oh wow, this is good. This is better than I was thinking it would be. So we waited, but it's not... Sometimes you have to wait twice to get it to work. Yeah, there you go. Incorrect sounds. Sounds are incorrect for this room. Yeah, the sounds are incorrect for this room. So I'm not sure what's going on there, but I think all we have to do to fix that is this. Yeah, there we go. It's like it was like really latching onto that. It was really latching onto those sounds incorrectly. Those are not the correct sounds for Central Hall, for the Great Hall. Sorry. Yeah, there we go. There we go. That's more warm and inviting, isn't it? You hear the difference? Yeah, that was. It was the. It was still the residual sounds from when we were like outside. Not really sure what was going on there. I thought that the Great Hall was bewitched to resemble the sky above the castle. Oh, there we go. There we go. Yeah, there we go. Even my character thought that was funny. Look, he's like laughing. He's like, that's pretty funny shit. See, they're clapping for it and everything. We're like, yeah, that was some fun shit. See, here's the math puzzle doors. So if you're confused, if you're a new player and you're confused, okay? 0. That's your trick. That's my little gift to you. 0. That's all you need to remember. That's it. If you remember that this one on the left starts at 0, you will always do it right. There's my little gift to you. Every time I came back to the game, I'm like, how the heck? Why isn't this right? I know how to do basic math. What is going on? They want to trip you up. Remember that this one on the left always starts at 0, and you count left to right. And they go, so if you just remember it starts at 0 here, you'll always count left to right, and know exactly which one to end up at. So there you go. It's a little tip for you. Yeah, walking around the castle is always fun. Should I get on my Slytherin? I want to look at some of the other house robes again. They're really cool. I don't know, man. When I saw those Slytherin house robes, I don't know if you saw that. You probably did. I think you did. When we had those Slytherin house robes, we finally got all 4. Those Slytherin house robes look so good. Like, I thought I liked Ravenclaw, and I'm like, oh man, these are cool. It's definitely worth it. We just got blasted in the face by that door. So this is one of those other areas of the game where I think optimization was always just a challenge, because some of the textures in this section are extraordinarily detailed, and I think that was the challenge. Like, if you take a look at this floor and the pattern on this floor, I just like how complicated it looks. Just admire how unique the pattern on the floor is. Okay. And the textures. Yeah, the marble itself actually looks pretty unique if you look at it. It has a marbled texture to it. And this is what I think people don't realize, is if they would look at the floor more often, they'd realize just how much detail went into this game. So, I think the floor is a lot of this. If you subtracted the floor from this area, when you looked around, it wouldn't sort of kind of do this. You see how it kind of does that? It's not me. Yeah, it's actually just doing that. Now, this is one of the only areas it does this still. But again, look at how much marble is actually on everything. And remember how I just said how detailed it is? It extends to the ceiling. Like, we have all these archways here, these individual little archways it's trying to load. And it's trying to load all this stuff down here too. Now, when we're down there, it works a bit better, but it's just really in this section, and a lot of that is because, in addition to these textures, these textures themselves are also reflecting light too. So these reflections, like just all this stuff, everything it's doing, it all adds up, and that's why these games are so hard to do. So expecting massive games, all while expecting them to be 60 FPS, it's getting harder to do simply because things look so good. Textures have to be enormous for 4K. Things look so good, and that's why. So we're at a crossroads now where we're going to start to see very, very rarely are games going to come out that can do things like this. Jedi Survivor was a huge, massive failure. Everybody knows it. I'm not trying to be like controversial or anything. That was a massive failure. Everybody knows it. The launch was a disaster. They never really fixed it, really. I'm not trying to sort of throw shade on anything. I'm just trying to use it as an example. And people paid attention to that. And it was the sort of thing where, like, in my opinion, this was one of the last games to sort of kind of do it right, where, yeah, there's sections like this where you come back to it and it still is a bit of a challenge. But who cares? I'm still playing it and having a good time. And I can still run through this section down here. I can still run through this section down here, and then, like, when I get down here, things start kind of looking better. Like, they're not perfect down here, don't get me wrong. Like, this section of the castle is the section that needs work. But look, they're better. They are better. And if we don't move the camera around, it looks just fine. Like, if I just sort of kind of walk like this, it's fine.
I was always in trouble, I was.
Yeah, like, there's nothing if I just walk like this, or sort of kind of, like, move it very, very slowly. But then the moment I sort of kind of, like, start branching off, even this section does it.
The sorting hat.
But it's the marble and it's the light reflecting off of it. It's just so much of it, especially once you start looking back up there again. So it's just obvious what's doing it. And it's like I'm not complaining. I'm actually defending it. Like, I'm basically saying it is very hard for the game to do that.
Doing well, thanks to you.
So we go into here and you notice the immediate difference in FPS. They really did spend some time making sure that this was sort of kind of a flawless experience for you. You can come in here and really enjoy this. It's really nice in here. So this part of the game will look good and should look good for almost anyone. So there's some reassurance. If you want something to look really cool, you can always come in here. Honestly, the common rooms are incredibly well optimized, in my opinion. Because I just went to my room requirement by accident. Because there's actually kind of a lot going on in there too. So, if we look in our common room here.
How do you do?
The food that appears in the Great Hall isn't conjured. The hell's Owlsby?
Just like there's all these textures and stuff going on. We have the dome up ahead and everything, but like it just works very nicely. You know, in here, man, you don't see really a single lost frame. You know, it's really smooth. And so that's the point, is when you for the general game itself, like just generally speaking, until you're in like those really massive areas with those incredibly nice looking textures in the castle and stuff, where everything's just real intricate, that's where you're gonna see that. In here, and generally speaking around the castle, this is how it will look. You really will have a really nice experience. It won't look... You won't see all those frame rate, you know, drops and stuff like
Handy
that.
resource indeed, your field guide.
It's gonna keep up with it.
To be included.
And look at these textures too. Like, you can really see that carpet. You know? You'll walk over and there'll be like a chessboard in the corner playing by itself, you know. It really is a nice experience. And then you come down here. So this is the Ravenclaw common room, obviously. You come down here and it still continues to be, you know, really smooth. Yeah, this is what people care about, and I care about it too. I care about games maintaining the you know, decently high FPS, at least 60. I think that that's a minimum that should be expected for the most part. I agree with that. TVs, we've been on 60 FPS on every single device that you watch for decades now. This goes back before even LEDs. This goes back to LCDs. I mean, most of them were 59 hertz, so it's the sort of thing where you're getting the 60 FPS. Like, basically 20 years ago, there should be absolutely no reason why it's just not a standard by now. We should never accept anything less, and having it, like most of these companies want to try to say that they're going to come out with a game that's 30 FPS. You should never have it, you know, never have it. If you're justifying the fact that most people are playing things with HDR and the HDR is going to clean it up, you'd be wrong. You'd be incorrect. There are a huge amount of PC gamers that have higher refresh rate monitors and not just no HDR built into them. And this is why we're upset. This is because we're all stuck on 1440 because we planned on this being a standard for gamers. And people, like the console industry just controlling everything and taking over, that ruins it. So it goes from that weird in-between 2K resolution gets forgotten about a lot of times because of this. 1080 is looks better if it's max to 4K than 1440, for example, and it's easier to do because it's like in every other resolution sort of thing. So there are reasons for these problems. However, it doesn't mean that we need to continue contributing to them. You know, we should try to figure out, you know, essentially what is it that's... Yeah, it's the fact that there's been no DirectX. You know, we haven't had a DirectX 12. We're still stuck on that. You know, this doesn't help. It's not the only thing, but it doesn't help. It's all those things though. And as I already said before, you can still do a game that's a nice big game, open world, and it looks nice. You know, as you can see here. But expecting it to be perfect everywhere and expecting it to be perfect, you know, and look this good everywhere, it's just not the case. And then people always want bigger and more and bigger and more and bigger and more. And so that's a huge issue too. Because this wasn't this, you know, like something like this size enough. I thought it was. I thought it felt like it was a lot. Yeah, I thought like it felt like a really big game actually. And like I said, we have completed all the achievements, you know, 100% of the achievements, and now, not only that, I've gotten all 4 house robes on all of my houses, so... So we'll come in, we have our individual, very detailed classrooms a lot of times. So, if you guys want to know essentially what's happening, is, you know, there's these technologies like DLSS, DLAA, and FX, you know, like the super resolution and stuff like that. These technologies were created because essentially that is what's happening. There's so much of a latency issue because normally people are playing on a device that has, you know, an extra CPU in there to help with that, which is what HDR is. Essentially, there's something built in there into that device to help, you know, essentially with that latency loss. And so you can have like a 30 FPS, 40 FPS, and it'll look really smooth just because that CPU is sitting in there helping it. It's essentially helping it fill those gaps in. And so that's what these technologies were for PC that we started seeing, which is why a lot of our PC gamers are, you know, always complaining about, oh, we need DLSS or we need you know, super resolution depending on what cards you have. That's why. And that's why the game won't work for you. Because the fact of the matter is, if you don't have HDR, which is what's built into most smart TVs, which is why you're, like, which is why we made a point with the whole HDR10 and stuff, why that looks so smooth with games and stuff. That's the point. That's why it looks so smooth, because it's doing that. So if your TV has that HDR built into it, and it's a smart TV and stuff like that, it will automatically do those things. Whereas with a computer monitor, it's just high FPS. It can literally just do that. And it doesn't have that thing built into it for that. It's just expecting that your PC is doing those FPS rates, and they can. But now, there's just a different technology for it. So it's looking for that, and it doesn't have it. So essentially, these companies are designing, like the NVIDIA and ATI, and essentially they're designing these things, the super resolution and the DLSS, to do that instead of the HDR. And that's what's happening there. That's why we need that. That's why. And it'll make just all the difference. Originally, like we were getting by without it for a while, if you guys remember. Well, that's why. It's not like, oh, it's difficult or something. Well, no, it's because of the way they coded the game for the HDR and for these things. Now, yes, it is difficult because it's coded that way. It's literally just because of how it's coded. If it was coded for high refresh rate monitors, well, then it would run great. Yeah, it would run just fine on everything. The problem that they run into with that, and the companies don't want you to... here's what they don't want you to know. If you run something at high FPS on these newer consoles, here's what they don't want you to know. The newer consoles can't handle it, and the PCs can. So if they go high refresh rate, high FPS, the console can't handle it, while the PC can. So meanwhile, the console will sit there and burn out and memory leak galore. It'll just memory leak, because it can't handle it. Most people have just the plain old, the smart TV and the PS5 or the new Xbox and stuff like that. And honestly, yeah, they're good consoles. But, the misconception is that they want you to think they're outperforming the PCs when they're really not. They're taking everything down a notch and making it look like PC isn't. But really, PC, the fact of the matter is, I'm sitting here right in front of you recording a 165 FPS monitor. That's what this is. And this is what's, that's the point. This is what we're running. We've been running this for years. Yeah, everything I play is 165 FPS. What you see on the stream, because they're dumbing it down, it's going through a process, and I can only do a certain FPS through the platform, is 60. And it's not even... You double that, and it's still not even what I'm seeing on my PC monitor. This is the point. Consoles were in some serious trouble for a while, and almost everybody was becoming a PC player and starting to realize what was happening, because they were starting to put PCs together. So all of a sudden, there was this big pandemic that, supposedly put a part shortage on video card. I call BS. I don't think there was a part shortage. I call BS on those companies. I think they were selling. They wanted to create a market scenario where PC gamers could not continue to prove that PC was better, even now. And they wanted to create a situation where it was a really long time for anybody to get a video card. And that was true. That's exactly what happened. and everybody got really behind. And that's the point. But the case in point is that half of these games that you're running, that you're claiming look so good and stuff like that, they're not even hitting 60 FPS half the time on your console. They're not. And your console's capable of 120. The Series X can do 120 FPS. That's what its output is. So why in the heck are you expecting anything less than 60 when your TV's at 60? Most TVs are at 60. Your console is twice that. My monitor that you're looking at right now is 165. 60 is a bare minimum. Period. That's it. That's all you should accept. You shouldn't accept anything else, guys. They're taking advantage of us if not. And I do think that it was really fishy we couldn't get video cards for a while and stuff like that. Well, I mean, if two companies that control the market agree on one thing, they're gonna do it. And I think that's something that both Nvidia and ATI agreed on, that they wanted PC to take, you know, a nosedive. Very weird. But anyway.
Professor Garlic would teach us more about flesh.
Anyway. At least you guys get where I'm coming from. Now you can see what I'm talking about.
Don't get me started on how horrible.
I'll trade you a spoon's worth of flubberworm mucus for a puffer pot.
You want me to show you? Let's see. So I have it right now, I have it capped at 75 for the stream. But as you can see, it's doing above 60 is the point. The reason I'm doing that is because if I'm streaming, it's using more processing power and stuff. If I'm not streaming, yeah, I could put this up to 165 easy. But it's just using that much more power to do that. Okay. So that's why we do that. I don't like chromatic aberration. I really don't like that. I don't like motion blur much. I really don't like those things, so I just have them turned off. As you can see, we just have things on high. So that's how good things look just on high. They could probably be turned up to ultra and stuff like that. Again, I'm not doing this while we're streaming. Okay. But the point is, you can see that I have it capped at 75 for the stream. So already we're doing above 60.
Last time I saw your dragon Hogwarts was at the vertical patch in the green.
Okay.
That's gone.
So don't expect any less, you know, than 60. You know, and that's just the point is imagine everybody had a TV that was 120 hertz.
Galleons and a historian's uniform. It was brilliant solving those old treasure maps.
This game should have came out seasons. Each season is next year. Hogwarts for your characters. Sorry, I didn't see your message. Yeah, I agree. They should have more content. Yeah. Yeah. Now, the argument is that essentially you want to go through an entire school year. I think that's a really good, or I'm sorry, an entire career at Hogwarts. Basically, you want to what player 2 is saying is basically what it thinks that you should start the game as an actual like more traditional way of playing as a Hogwarts student, instead of like the way they forced you sort of kind of into the story. You start as a 4th year, right? I think you start as a 4th or 3rd, 4th or year, something like that. And so basically that's what I think player 2 is saying here, is basically, you know, if you do it in a more traditional way where you actually play out the entire game as more of a Hogwarts student that actually has to go through the years and learn the classes and the individual things, it would feel more accomplished by the end. You know, you'd feel. So I think they just focused more on story with this one, like whereas like you're kind of like that wonderkind, you know, where you can just do stuff. Sort of like Harry Potter could talk to snakes. You can access ancient magic. So it was the sort of thing where they went more like that with it, so like you were just automatically graduated. But what I think they could do is they could still do that. And I agree with you. I would love that, and I actually, that was sort of kind of my take too a while back. I said sort of the same thing, was it seems weird to not start at the beginning, and then again when we finish the game to not end as like headmaster. Does that make sense? Like, in my opinion, that felt a little weird. Does that make sense? Like, I feel like if you're playing it to like completion and all that, it should feel like, you know, oh, well, I can be the headmaster at some point. That'd be cool, right? So there's like a whole quest line for that. I think that'd be cool, you know. But I agree. I think there should be a whole nother play mode, is what they should do. You know, like, so now you just have one campaign, you just make a character and you play through that campaign. However, if they made like maybe a story mode and called it like Origins or something, and you know, it was around the same time period, maybe a little bit before, but maybe around the same time period, and you know, the idea is that it's the same sort of thing where you're gonna be this wonderkind, but like maybe you don't find out about it until later. It doesn't get awakened until later, and now you start as a 1st year, and you have to go through those first years, and it would make sense as to why, you know, like essentially, you know, this dude starts as a 4th year, but most people don't, and stuff like that. Well, it did, in my opinion, but then that would make sense for that story then, if you wanted to do it like, you call it Origins, like I said, and start it with, you know, like the 1st year, and then just have to actually go through the whole thing, and it would feel more like, all right, we're going to classes and we're learning spells and stuff, instead of it sort of starting you with a lot of that stuff. It's nighttime. So normally there's a lot of music through there. I had to turn it off. Oh, you know what? Let's just do those. I don't know what I was doing. I want to wait because I wanted it to be daytime. I don't know why it's like suddenly night. I think it just did the same thing it did earlier. Yep. Now sometimes too, if you're in one of these areas where it's like a huge area.
Can't thank you enough for sorting the bells out. They sound magnificent.
And you, like, essentially, you know it's the sort of thing where, like, it's gonna give you a little bit of a lag, and it's, like, a hard area for it to load. Sometimes if I just sort of stand here for a minute and let it actually load the area, it's you know, like, easier for me to walk around, if that makes sense. It looks better than as opposed to me just immediately walking around and it has to, like, try to load all that. Why does it still feel like it's nighttime? Isn't that weird? I literally just waited till daytime and it feels like it's nighttime again. Isn't that dumb? You should visit... Is that the thing? Are you talking about the thing that they, is that the thing that they drive the car into? Like the tree? Yeah. They do not have that, I don't think. I don't remember when that tree was planted, but I don't think it's, I don't know, something tells me that's a Dumbledore thing. I feel like that's a Dumbledore thing, isn't it? I watched Fantastic Beasts, but I was really upset that they got rid of Johnny Depp's character. I was actually really pissed that they got rid of his character. And I did not. I boycotted the rest of them. Because they flat out wrote his character out. And it was so integral to the story. Why did they do that? Amber Heard. Yeah, no, it was Amber Heard. That was the beginning of that shit. I just, I can't believe that they did that. So they wrote him out, and it just, in my opinion, that would have ruined it anyway, because, like, his character was integral to the story. And people liked his character, too. So from what I hear, he was sort of kind of carrying, you know, sort of like, we had a lot of those in Harry Potter, too. We had Alan Rickman as Snape, and, like, you know, like, just imagine his character just suddenly not being part of the story. Like, it just wouldn't make any sense. Like, you wouldn't do that. You wouldn't want to do that. Like, it was so important. Like, he had his role to play, you know? So just, like, imagine just that just not happening, you know? I don't know. I just feel like it was a similar situation. Not quite. I mean, Alan Rickman. He's a legend. In my opinion. Yeah, how do you... if you have a voice like that and you somehow make a movie, like, this guy has, like, a voice like that and he makes an entire movie career. Aside, yeah, and then also realize he wasn't, like, it was the sort of thing where, like, he was good at being a beloved character too. Like, remember how he got started? That's actually hard to do. You know, imagine starting that way Everybody sees you as this bad guy on Die Hard forever, you know, right? Isn't that how he, like, wasn't that his first role? And so he had to really stand out to just not be a bad guy forever, not be typecast as that. And he did. I think Galaxy Quest helped with that. It was a good movie. I don't think it's here. I really don't. If it is, I don't know where it is. What we could do though is I could go out here. You don't like any of them? Why don't you like any of them? I think they're all phenomenal. Yeah, Alan Rickman, man. Yeah, he was a legend in my opinion. Daniel Radcliffe has proven that he's a good actor too. That's why he doesn't want to be associated with Harry Potter anymore, which kind of ticks me off. I really wanted them to continue doing it, but I understand his point of view. That's sort of the point. No one takes him seriously. And I think that's messed up because I thought Harry Potter movies were phenomenal. So we have stuff like this. That tree, though... that tree would be... wouldn't it be like right around here? I think it'd be like right around here, right? Somewhere around here. I have no idea. I think it would be around here. I think. I'm not 100%. I'd have to watch that particular one again. Yeah, I think they're really good. I think a lot of people are really good actors that don't get a lot of credit. I think it's because people don't really know how to grade an actor very well. So like they'll just watch something they don't really care for or something like that, and then just grade them based on that, just because they didn't care for the movie or didn't care for how they acted in that movie. And they don't realize that a lot of times the way they acted is actually up to the director. It's actually a lot of times a director issue. That's exactly what happened to Keanu Reeves. It's exactly why he was so stiff for so many years too. He just kept working with, like, in my opinion, so many bad directors and not enough professionals. And then he did The Matrix, and the rest is history. You know, he just worked with enough professionals doing that movie and enough other people that were actually good at it and experienced. You know, with Harry Potter, a lot of them at the time were new to acting and just sort of were. You had Alan Rickman and you had a lot of the older generation there to help guide them. So that's why the movie ended up going so well, in my opinion. But then they held their own later on, in my opinion, you know, just showing that You know, they were gonna be good actors. They weren't just gonna fill a role. It's the same with Screamo or Metal. The time it takes to get the voice down is insane, and people instantly throw it away because they don't like it. I guess. But then you also have to, realize, like, there's a difference between music and not music. Like, if somebody... Like, that, it's like saying that somebody raps and then Alright, so rapping is talking, it's not singing. So there's no music there, you have to do it to a rhyme and a rhythm. So if you're bad at rapping, like let's say you can't even get the words in rhythm properly. So now you've basically lost me, or you're doing it so fast I can't, it's literally zero purpose, I can't understand what you're saying, so why the heck are you rapping? You're not getting the message out. So, like, I can see that side of it for, like for example, rap. That's why I like certain rap. It's like, well, if they're good at rapping, then they're going to hold their own. It's as simple as that. But, like, with Screamo, I agree with you, but the other way around. With Screamo, like, that's the point, is I don't ever really like any band that just does screaming. Because in my opinion, you've ruined it then. The purpose of screaming in music, and originally in metal, was to exclaim something. You know, like in that song, you were gonna scream that part to really lift the audience and perk their interest, and you know highlight that section. You're delivering an emotion. So these screamo bands where they're like, I'm going to come out here and every second of every song I'm going to scream every lyric. First of all, are you doing it in a pitch? If you're not doing it in a pitch, like you're just screaming stuff and it sounds like people are burping, like these groups that like the lead singer can't even scream. He just sounds like he's burping things. That's like, I don't even know what that is. I don't know what to call that. It's certainly not a key. He's not doing anything in key or anything like that. He's just belching lyrics. And then there's these other guys that scream so high and all they do is and it's literally like the whole time you hear this song, it sounds like somebody's barking. And I'm like, what is this? So, in my opinion, like, if you scream and I hear it and it actually serves a purpose, I heard the lyric and it drove the purpose home and gave me reason to hear it and lifted me out of my seat and was like, wow, I like this song now, fine. But, like, otherwise, like, it's just droneless, like, mindless barking. Well, with Korn, I actually do really like Korn. But that's kind of the point, is that every once in a while Jonathan Davis would randomly just intentionally sound like an animal in his songs and spout. Like, there's real lyrics for that, and he would actually memorize his nonsense. Yeah, he actually wrote the lyrics for his nonsense, like the song Twist. So you gotta respect that. When he actually remembers the nonsense and spouts it out. You gotta respect that. But Jonathan Davis can actually sing, too. Yeah, there's a difference. So that's the part I was getting to. With Screamo, half of these guys, they're literally just like, yeah, I can scream. Now let's get as much blood in our throat as possible and give ourselves ulcers and stuff like that and just scream everything. And you've lost me. It's not what music is. And so in my opinion, a band that can do it correctly actually would be the example of Korn, where they're using the concept of nonsensical screaming in actually a funny, clever, sort of artsy way. And, like, the song Twist, it's like a whole minute and a half. Who cares? But, like, the point is he can actually sing. Jonathan Davis can sing. He has meaningful lyrics. I don't really throw shades at bands, so I'm not gonna sit here and think of a band that doesn't do it right, but I've heard some crap bands over the years. In my opinion, as long as, like, as long as it's not droneless, sort of mindless crap that somebody thinks is music, but they really don't know what music is. Does that make sense? Like, don't stray from the confinements of let's make music. You know, like, rap to a beat. Scream to a pitch at least. Like, if you're gonna scream to a pitch at least. Make sure it's in key. You know, that's the point, is like like Dave Draymond or Chester, or a lot of these guys that do it right. The guy from Trivium. They'll scream to an actual pitch and take time learning technique. Whereas, you know, a lot of these guys, they're just, well, it's nonsense. So with me, like, the screaming bands that I actually like are typically, like, the new metal ones. The ones that, in my opinion, sort of kind of did it right and did it first. You know? Well, they were some of the first to do it. They're not doing it first. Like, no, you know, nobody's saying this person did it first or whatever. But it's the sort of thing where, like, they were some of the first around, and some of the first people remember doing stuff like that. And, you know, like Killswitch Engage. I love Killswitch Engage. I love both the vocalists, too. You know, Jesse Leach came back. He was the original. I think a lot of people thought he came out of nowhere. You know, Jesse Leach, the guy that everybody thinks is the new guy for Killswitch, the Mohawk, he was the original singer that came back to the band. I think he did the first 2 albums with them. I think he was actually fired. I'm not 100%. And then when is it Howard? Right, Howard? When Howard, I think Howard was in a coma.
I've never even cried.
And that's what happened. Howard was in a coma, and they had to find a replacement, and Jesse was ready, and I think just sort of at a different place in his life, could handle the job, and he's a good singer. So he's still the current lead vocalist, but Howard came back for the Signal Fire, and you know, he comes back here and there to do stuff with him here and there, but he also has his own band now too, and so respect who does it right, you know, in my opinion. Who's the guy for Falling in Reverse? That guy's really good too. I actually could not stand his cover for Last Resort.
Never a dull moment.
Everybody loved that thing, but I just could not stand it. But I think he's a good singer. I mean, that entire song was just like him just trying to show off. Like, he just sort of, it was kind of an annoying way to sing it. I didn't really like it. He did it, it's the sort of thing where, like, because he did it that way to it was just like a technique thing. Like, a lot of people can't do this, so I'm gonna do it this way.
Professor Black.
And that's okay, like, you can do that once in a while. I mean, I'm not throwing shade on it. I just think that's why he did it. I'm just putting it out there. I think that's why he did it. Because, like, there could have been so many other ways he could have done that. And I just really didn't care for it. I get it though. I mean, it went with the... It went with the feel of the song. The desperate feel of the song. It's just, He is good. Yeah, he's really one of the ones that, like, he has a really good technique. There's a lot of guys that are out there that are really just really good. But yeah, if you just can't do it, don't do it. Yeah, that's why I'm not sitting here. Because, like, I wouldn't... for me, it would be more sporadic like it was for Chester. I wouldn't want to do it with every word. And you shouldn't anyway. Technically speaking, there is a correct and incorrect way to do it with vocal lessons and stuff. And also, there's technically... any vocal instructor will also tell you that you should never scream. So, like, technically you're doing something that will eventually destroy your voice. So you have to go into that accepting eventually your voice will change. Unless you get surgery. And there's only so many times you can do that too. So you have to know that going into it. And you have to accept that. A lot of these guys do, and they're professionals. So I think Dave Draymond actually had to get surgery on his vocal cords or something similar to that. I think he did it. Had to do it a couple times, I think. I don't know 100%, but I do know at least once it happened, and it was right after the 10,000 Fists tour. Right after that album where he did a lot of screaming and higher pitched singing for the first time. You know, because before that, with the first two albums, it was much lower stuff. You know, more in a baritone range. And then he did 10,000 Fists, and some of that stuff, I mean, that's in the tenor range. He's doing stuff not in the baritone range. That's flat out. And when you're gonna do it with that type of that type of audacity behind what you're singing, you're gonna throw your voice out. Cause like he's a professional, so he's gonna want to give every show his all. So I think that's probably just what happened. He was performing live, and he was just trying to give every show his all, and he at the end of the tour just his voice had enough, and he threw it out. And that was it. All right. I think it's about time. I think it's about time, guys. Appreciate you being here. I gotta get some stuff done. But I think it's about time. I think it's that time. I do appreciate all of you being here and joining us for this chill stream. But I think it's about time, guys. I think it's that time. Thank you so much.